Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, continuing Gil's route. We basically just got boned, you know. So anyway, we're snoring. You were so cute. Oh, there you go. For anybody Gil fan, there you go. There's Gil, naked. Are you happy? You can just see him. There you go. Looking at Spacey as she slept, I smiled, as I did every night. Do you, watch me, sleep every night? Day after day, my wife remained the most adorable person in the world. I longed to drop everything and be with you more. But that wouldn't be practical. I wouldn't be able to protect her when needed. I wouldn't feel like a real man. Yeah, he's definitely making a fucking, Bumblepig suit or some shit. And there was a time when I chose a job with flexible hours to spend more time with her. But now that we were married, I wanted to be the kind of man who could protect her, both socially and physically. I was surprised. I never expected her to ask if she should quit her job and stay home. Of course I would be overjoyed. If she were there waiting for me whenever I returned home, I'd be on cloud 9. No. I decided not to impose my desires on her. And now that we were married, we should be equals. We agreed not to burden each other. Well, that's part of marriage, though, is burdening each other. Not that it's a burden, but you know what I mean? It's taking on the other person's burdens as your own. And, sharing your burdens. But with how hectic things have been lately, I hadn't had a chance to be intimate with her. And that saddened me. Wait for me, Spacey. I'll do my best so we can be together more. Spacey, I love you. I lost count of how many times I'd utter those words. I gently kissed her as she slept. In the garage, mind you. I fell asleep in the garage on the floor. Her lips curled into a joyful smile. And that was so adorable that I found myself grinning for a while afterward. Led by oysters. Interesting, okay. The next day, it was our first day off together in a while. I spent a lot of time in bed in the morning before heading out on a date. You weren't in bed, though. You were sleeping on the garage floor. Gil had been spending a lot of time in his workshop lately, so we decided to go on this date for a change of pace. Phew, the sun feels wonderful. It's been a while since I've been outside in daylight. Come on, Gil. You've been holed up in your workshop every day for quite some time now. Sorry about that. The project is progressing well right now. But I think the workshop tasks are nearing completion. I'm gradually delegating more work to my team at the office. Things should return to normal soon. Oh, that's good to hear. We strolled arm in arm through Lost York together. There was a place I wanted to visit with Gil. It was a trendy donut shop called Mao Donuts. Of course it is. We arrived at Mao Donuts, where a long line had already formed. Wow, that was supposed to be one sentence, not that awkward pause. Anyway, wow, this place is popular. Is this where you wanted to go? Yeah, it is, but the line's much longer than I expected. What do you want to do? I don't mind waiting as long as I'm with you. Let's get in line then. I want to give it a try. Sure. We joined the end of the line. There were many other couples chatting or looking at their phones while waiting. They discussed their dating life, school life, their favorite YouTubers, even fashion. There were so many topics circulating while we also checked our Instagram together. Merenice! What's wrong? No, sorry. It's just my imagination. I thought someone was watching us. Anyway, check this out. The Lovebirds released a new video. Lovebirds? You mean that romance YouTuber we watched when we were planning our wedding? Do you think that's Merenice? Still trying to figure out who frickin' Lovebirds is. Yeah, that's right. I still watch his videos from time to time. Hey, check this out. Someone in the comments section mentioned that they bought my book. We looked at the comments and found reviews about Gil's book and how it had helped make their weddings successful. You're right! I'm so happy for you, Gil. Thanks. I hadn't realized the Lovebirds channel was also promoting Gil's book. This book made me want to fall in love. My boyfriend and I made up. I got over my crush thanks to this. Those were the kind of comments people were leaving. I got over my crush thanks to this because I realized what a needy, desperate freak I was. Sorry, Gil, but... Wow, Gil's book has given so many people hope. Those comments made me feel proud, as if they were about me. One comment caught my eye. Thanks to the Lovebirds video, I'm now dating my love. He really is a romance YouTuber after all. He's kind of like a modern Cupid. Yeah, I checked the book's sales report around the time his video was uploaded, and the reprint did happen after a sellout. Really? Yeah, the mainstream media didn't do a feature on it, so I think it's all thanks to him. He does provide easy-to-understand advice about romance, and he has a lot of subscribers. He must be very influential. While we were talking, Gil started playing the latest video. We watched it together on his phone. Unless it's Robin. Oh my god, it could be Robin because he's Lovebirds and his name is Robin and Robin is a bird. Oh my god, that would fucking be funny. Actually, I don't know if you could tell because there's like pointing out. It could be. It could be. It could be Robin. I mean, that's not a Robin that he's wearing. But that would actually be kind of funny because he's Lovebirds and then Robin is a type of bird. And that would be funny as fuck. They were like, see, we kind of handed it to you. Fun times. Anyway. Let love fly like two lovebirds. Romance is the spice of life. Let this love reach you. Hey everyone, your boy the romance YouTuber Lovebirds is back. I'm just going to read it kind of because I don't know the voice we gave Robin anyway, but sorry for not updating in a while. To tell you the truth, I got food poisoning from oysters. I wanted to give them a try and have them raw, but they made me sick. That was awful. So today I want to talk about all the romance stories I heard while I was in the hospital. Lovebirds began his romantic advice segment with stories from nurses during his hospital stay. He showed photos of the oysters that had poisoned him and even discussed the hospital's food. It was entertaining, but he was the guy that we helped. He got food poisoning from oysters. And that reminds me of something. And I feel like I've seen those oysters somewhere before. It's literally been a month. Next in line, please! Oh, we should stop the video. Gil paused the video and stepped up to the counter, but he was surprised at what he saw. One of the employees was a familiar face. See? Because it's the same pose. And he's got the nose, so it could absolutely be Robin. Welcome. Will this be for dine-in or takeout? Hey. Huh? And was Robin the one that... Because okay. I think they were just going to hand this to us right now. But it was like, wait, Lovebirds could be Robin. Okay, whatever. But then as soon as he's like, I got food poisoning, you're like, well, Lovebirds was obviously the person at the Neptune Festival. And now if Gil is recognizing Robin and being like, hey, you're the guy that got food poisoning. And it's like, okay, now all the pieces just fucking slapped together right here on this part. Okay. Hey, at least I put those pieces together and was like, maybe it's Robin like 2 minutes before they gave it to us. So I'm still counting as figuring it out. Huh? Weren't you the ones who called an ambulance for me at the Neptune Festival? You were the same guy who got food poisoning from eating oysters? He's definitely Lovebirds. That's right. Wow, thank you so much for that. How have you been feeling since then? Thanks to you, all better. I've been wanting to thank you since then, but I didn't think I'd find my lifesavers here in Lost York. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. Wait, I've heard that voice somewhere before. Literally 2 minutes ago, you're like... It wasn't at the Neptune Festival. I was trying to think of where I had heard that voice. I realized something seeing Gil's phone. It's not like we were watching the video a day ago. We were watching it literally 3 seconds ago. Oh! What's wrong? I pointed at Gil's phone without thinking. On the screen was someone wearing a Lovebirds hoodie, resembling the person we were talking to. Told you! Okay. To be fair, I figured it out like 2 minutes before they handed us the fucking answer. Okay? But I was like, who is it? Who could it be? Robin didn't occur to me until all of a sudden we're outside the donut shop. And I was like, oh, wait, maybe it Lovebirds Robin. Okay, I get it. Okay, yeah. And then as soon as he said he was poisoned by oysters, I was like, okay. And then, yeah. Hey! I figured it out right before they handed me the answer. Okay? Gil realized it too, and his eyes widened. Wait, are you Shh! Please keep it a secret from my coworkers. Oh, sorry. And no, it's alright. You can call me Robin, so... Excuse me, I'll have a chocolate mint donut, please. Coming right up. Oh, it's getting busy in here. I'd like to thank you personally later, so can I get your contact info? Oh, right. Sorry. Gil and Robin began exchanging information. While they were doing that, I was looking at the display cases. Well, it's also funny because Gil's going to be like, hi, yeah, I'm Gil Lovecraft. And he's like, wait, your book! And he's like, I know, I want to thank you for that. Okay, so one of you guys pointed out in an earlier part that the donuts are all our love interests. They're all color-coded based on our love interests. So there you go. I don't remember which one's which. But here's our boyfriends. Well, obviously Maronese would be his own. You think Gil is the orange one because he's like a red color? Somebody had it. So you could go back and look and whatever post was... Because let's see. Well, Ryuki would be like... You think he's the one over there above our head that's like the greenish colored one? What about the ones right above us? Purple would be Alan, absolutely. Alan is absolutely those purple ones. Maronese likes the turquoisey ones, so you wonder if he's like the new turquoise. But then we'd have 6. Maybe Maronese isn't included in this because the only ones you can really see... Well, okay, unless you just see all 6 along the bottom. But you know what I mean? You think the ones along the top. But Raoul is like a yellowy color, so I don't know which one's which. Purple is absolutely Alan, though, probably. But, like, do you count the ones off on the far corner? Like that pinkish color one next to the pinky one? That's, like, pink with hearts? Or, like... You know what I mean? Well, there's 8. There's 7 love interests, and then there's us. She could be the pinky heart one. Because that could count. But, so I don't know which one's which, so. Anyway. Wow, everything looks so good. I can't decide. Wow, these look good. I'll take the cinnamon sugar in this red heart-shaped donut, please. Then I'll have the custard donut, and... I scanned the display case once more. Frosted donut, salted butter. I would choose a frosted donut, to be fair. I feel like the frosted donut's the sweet choice, and salted butter seems a little spicy. Because that seems like when you're like a salted and then butter. Salted butter. Listen, I'll use butter to cook or anything, obviously, but I'm not the taste of butter. I don't know, depending on what it's on. I don't put butter on my bread or biscuits or anything like that. Like, I don't know. So, I don't know about a salted butter donut. Might be good, but it just sounds like awkward. I would go for frosted. Okay, it's frosted. I'll take this pink frosted donut, please. Ooh, it's probably strawberry frosted. Coming right up. Will this be for takeout? Yes, please. I've made frosted cookies before, but I never thought about doing the same with donuts. I should try that sometime. Have you never, ever been to, like, any donut shop? Frosted donuts are pretty fucking standard. Like, chocolate frosted? Okay. Okay, so, like, the ones in the case are the ones that are on the wall. And there are 8 of them. So I would assume... Well, yeah, because you could see, like, the one up on the very top. is probably the pink and heart one. And then there's two. Okay, so I don't know which one's which. And there's like a little blue one. That's definitely the orange one with marshmallows on it. There's the purpley colored one. So then, okay, so the ones that you could see, no, you could see all of them. Because there were the 6 on the bottom and the 2 on the top. And one of the ones on the top, the far right one on the top, is that one that's on the far right top of the 2 in the display behind Gil's head. Like, that's that light, frosty kind of one. Do you think that one's Jupiter? Because he always had, like, lighter colors. And she was white and stuff like that. So that could be Jupiter. But then which one is supposed to be... I would assume one could be us. You know what I mean? Unless one's Lobster Boy. Lobster Boy could have one, because technically he's not really a love interest, but he's kind of a love interest. Anyway, I don't know. Now I'm just curious. Somebody left a comment. I don't remember which video it was on. It was probably a while ago. It was probably in Maronice's route. Or they'll leave it again on this part. So, which one's which? And then I'll forget because it'll be like a month from now by the time I see it. Anyway. Yeah, the little pink flowers makes it almost too pretty to eat. How will you decorate? And with the round shape of the donut, I could make car tires. I could even recreate the wheel design. That's so you, Gil. Of course, frosted donuts were... I told you it was the sweet choice. We chatted about random things like this as Robin finished packing our donuts. And thank you for waiting. All our donuts are delicious, so we hope you'll enjoy them to the very last bite. And thank you. Come again. We should have got coffee drinks, too. After we bought our donuts, we left the crowded store and headed to Lost York Park. We sat down and shared our donuts, enjoying a delightful treat. This is delicious. I'm glad we did Maronice's route first to get a little bit intro to Robin before we went here and then met him. You know what I mean? And then you meet him and then like later you find, and then it's like, oh, his name's Robin. I like that better. Again, because like, doesn't matter when you figured out the secret, as long as you figured it out before they revealed it. Okay? You're right. I wonder if they've added something special to the dough. It's not something you could easily recreate at home. We savored our treats, washing them down with the coffee we'd also bought. Just then, Gil's phone buzzed with a new message. I wonder what this is about. Do you mind if I check? Go right ahead. Oh, it's from Robin. Let's see. He said he gets off work at 6:30 p.m., so how about dinner at 7 p.m.? He wants to thank us for the oyster incident. I'm okay with that. I was also curious about how he had been since the oyster incident, and I wanted to ask Robin about Gil's book since he was Lovebirds. After all, Robin was the quintessential romance YouTuber. I wonder what he really thought about Gil's book. And then let's have dinner together. I'll reply to him. We have some time. Where would you like to go in? I thought he was, for some reason I was reading that as if he were typing it out. Anyway, we have some time. Where would you like to go until then? Let me know if there's anywhere you'd like to visit. After sending the message, Gil turned back to me. It had been a while since our last outing, and Gil was keen to go where I wanted to. But today was supposed to be a day for Gil to relax. I held his hand and looked him in the eye. Well, where do you want to go, Gil? Me? Yeah, you haven't had a day off in a while, right? I want to do whatever you want to do today, Gil. What I want to do? Looking at me, Gil blushed for a brief moment, but he quickly shook his head, trying to play it off. Well, I don't know. I already did what I wanted yesterday. Which was me. It was me. Wait, but maybe just relaxing at the park would be nice. Hey, what's that? Gil stood up and peered out into the park. I stood on my toes to see, and I noticed a building further into the park. Hey, you're right. I wonder if they opened a new shop there. I searched for Lost York new facilities, and the information came up immediately. Lost York University. A basketball court. For couples? I do not want to play basketball. That does not sound fun. For couples? We looked at each other, not understanding what that meant. Play one-on-one together to nurture your new love. And that's what it says there. What the fuck part of playing a one-on-one basketball game says nurturing your love? Get out of here with that shit. Listen, if you're sports people and you both like sports, then yes, that could be fun. I am not a sports person, so being like, oh, we need to nurture our love by playing sports. Oh, that sounds like hell. What the fuck? How? Sounds like torture. So maybe playing sports helps grow a deeper bond? Yeah, no. No, not at all. A bond of hatred. And with one-on-one, it's more like going against each other. But basketball, huh? Yeah, I've been out of shape recently, so I want to give it a try. Of course, because he wants to be more manly and be able to protect me, so basketball's gonna do that in his Bumble Pigman suit. Whatever. Gil smiled and looked at the gymnasium. His excited gaze reminded me of when we went bouldering. And that was, okay, I'd say I do remember that from the first game. And I think I said it earlier, because I remember being like, oh god, no. And then he's like, oh my god, are you okay? And they actually had him be overprotective, but in a way that was tolerable. As opposed to, at the time I was playing Tears of Themis, and they did a similar thing in one of the card events, right? Where like, oh, I'm reading a Luke card, right? And it was like, oh, we're going to go rock climbing. But then oh my god, you're going to fall. It's like, I'm tethered. It's a rock climbing wall in an indoor gym, and there are mats below me. I'm going to fall a whole 2 fucking feet. And, oh, ouch. That might be a little, I'm not going to die. I'm not climbing a literal motherfucking mountain with no equipment. I've got helmets and pads and everything all over. And it was so oh no, oh my god. And I was like, I'm going to fucking light you on fire. And it made me hate Luke with a passion of it. I'm still mad about it. It's been fucking 84 years. I still fucking hate him. I'm like, you made me hate a character because of how cunty overprotective he was. Okay? Douchey. Not like, oh my god, are you going to be okay? I want to make sure, okay, let's put extra blankets on. I'm like, well, okay, you're being a little simmer down. Where it's fine. Like, they made it douchey and not, it's like, it's not sexy. You literally think that I cannot breathe on my fucking own. I'm gonna need you to back the fuck off. So when we were going bouldering with Gil, I was like, oh no. Oh no. And like, I remember it being handled and being like, see, he's being overprotective and whatever because he's obsessed with us, but like, it's tolerable. They handled it. I remember being like, they handled it well. This is the kind of, if he's going to be overprotective, I'm like, simmer down, bro. Or I'm like, gonna roll my eyes at you and like, whatever. But like, they made your character not douchey about it. You're like, okay, I know you're the overprotective one. That's not my type, but I don't hate you for it. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm not a fan of it, but I don't hate you for it. I'm just like, okay, buddy, whatever. And like, honestly, Gil's not like that at all. Like, yes, I need to protect you, so I'm going to create an Iron Man suit. Okay, dude, what the fuck? But that is not, it's insane, but not in the, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's the, what is wrong with this game? Where it's funny. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking absurd and outlandish and ridiculous. And that's what I expect from this game. So, and like, Gil has not been like super overprotective, obsessive, weird at all in this. So, you know, I'm just saying. Props, okay? Speaking of which, Gil actually liked exercising. Then shall we go? Oh, God, this sounds like hell. Are you sure? Yeah, we're gonna get all sweaty and disgusting and then go to dinner with Robin. Yeah. Unless they have clothes for us to borrow. We went to sign up to use the court as a couple. A one-on-one match involved taking turns on offense and defense all the way to the match point. I felt competitive and challenged Gil to score the most points, but... Ha! Ah, you scored another point! I suck at basketball, so... yeah. Gil was quick, and I couldn't defend against his shots. I even rented sports shoes at the reception and changed clothes. Gil was just wearing his regular clothes, and I couldn't win at all. Okay, your turn. Here, take the ball. Where did we get clothes? Do we rent clothes? Like, maybe they have, like, because we could rent shoes, maybe they have like sports clothes, like, or, sweats or something you could rent. I won't lose next time. I kept my focus on Gil and dribbled the ball towards the hoop behind him. I planned to dash to his side for a jump shot, but then... I got you. While I was dribbling, Gil hugged me and I couldn't move. Pretty sure that's an illegal maneuver. I don't know anything about basketball, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to just fucking, stalk hug people. Come on, Gil, that's a foul. There you go, that's the word. Stalk hug's still true. You're just so cute when you're so serious. Well, that's a foul on me, so you get a point. No, that's insulting. I won't lose to you this time. I like that. She's like, wait. He's like, oh, I hugged you. That's a foul on me. You get a... I kissed you. That's a foul on me. Wow, you won, sweetie. And you're like, how dare you not take me seriously, even though I know damn well I can't fucking throw a ball to save my life. I'm gonna lose with honor and dignity. Maybe not dignity, but with honor. Okay? Sure thing. Come on, then. Gil squatted down with his hands up in defense. It looked like he didn't plan to hug me this time. I can't find an opening. His defense was impeccable. I had no idea how to dribble past him, kick him in the nuts, then run. He must have played a lot of basketball in high school. That was why his stance was perfect and looked so cool. I knew I had to play to win, but I couldn't help admiring him. Gil feels different than usual. I had the same thought when we went bouldering. He was more muscular and manly than I had expected. You've seen him naked quite a few times, so I'm just saying this shouldn't be a shock. But I guess when you see Gil, you're like, look at my nerdy little, actually underneath that little button up. Abs. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess to be fair, you're like, I just still don't expect it every time I look at you. Valid. It wasn't fair that Gil suddenly appeared so much more manly. Gil smiled at me in his usual doting way, like in college. Because of that, I suddenly felt embarrassed. I dashed forward while dribbling the ball. But just as I suspected, his defense was solid, and he quickly stole the ball away. Just like my heart. This time I committed a foul on him to block his shot. Even though the game was heating up, we continued our one-on-one match, playing like two little lovebirds. We continued playing until both of us were drenched in sweat, and then you're gonna go... That's gross. Then we headed to the spa to freshen up and continue enjoying our day off. Okay, so there's a spa then attached to the gym. You don't say things like that. But still, your clothes are all sweaty. After enjoying the day, we received a message from Robin telling us his shift had ended. We decided to meet up with him for dinner. Sorry to keep you waiting. No, it's all right. I got to go on a date with her. How was work? Great, thanks. Oh, is it all right if I speak casually? It's easier for me that way. That's fine. Oh, you can just call me Gil. Thanks, Gil, and you are? I'm Spacey. And nice to meet you, Gil, Spacey. We chatted while waiting for our food and drinks. Being considerate of Robin, who had suffered from oyster poisoning, we made sure not to order any. A toast to recovering from those oysters. Phew, I'm glad I can finally eat normally now. That oyster incident was terrible. How are you feeling now? I'm much better. Thanks to both of you for helping out. I'm glad you're okay now. Food poisoning from oysters is the worst. Are you okay to drink? Yeah, my doctor gave me the green light. I'm pretty resistant to food poisoning in the first place. Why are you magical? I'm just saying everybody's magical in this. I never thought I'd get food poisoning. I heard that oysters are a specialty in Baltimore, so I assumed they'd be fresh. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Why are you apologizing, Gil? Because Baltimore is my hometown. I feel bad when someone who came all the way from Lost York has to go through that. I'll try to make a statement about improving food safety with oysters. Thanks, Gil. You're such a nice guy, you know? He's like, you're gonna make a statement? What are you, the mayor? No, but I run LCI, so... Am I? I only did what was right. And it wasn't the first time either. Not the first time. You mean with the actor Raoul Aconite? He's like, yeah, I just run into everybody when they've got food poisoning. I swear I'm not doing it. Wow, you really know your stuff. Yeah, I research about other people that got hospitalized with the same food poisoning as me. Speaking of which, Raul mentioned in interviews that he was attacked by Satan. Yep, and when I looked into that, I started to find more examples, and that's why I uploaded that video. Oh, that video. We were watching that while lining up. That's why we kept mentioning it. So, Robin, you're actually lovebirds then? I said that in a heartfelt way, and he looked bashful. It's just a little hobby of mine. Yeah, I don't think you can get that popular if you only treat it as a little hobby. Speaking of which, Lovebirds has over 1 million subscribers. The Mount Donuts employee that got food poisoning from oysters was actually the super famous YouTuber. Looking back, I realized we were talking to somebody impressive here. We're talking to somebody impressive here! Meanwhile, my husband is the president of a luxury car company. I'm just saying he's pretty impressive too. Yeah, but I keep Lovebirds a secret, so I'd appreciate it if you kept it between us. Yeah, of course, we won't tell a soul. Anyway, I wanted to thank Lovebirds if I ever got to meet him. Thank me? It's because you promoted my book. Gil pulled up a video we watched together before. You wrote your name down for Robin to text you or whatever, and he didn't figure out. Did you just say Gil? And then here's my number, and then he texted you? So, you didn't say Gil Lovecraft because then he wouldn't have recognized your name? How many Gil Lovecrafts do you think there are? It's not like John Smith. It was a summary video titled Common Mistakes When Preparing for Your Wedding that we'd reviewed prior to our own event. You showcased my book at the end of this video. I'm genuinely grateful for that. Because of this video, the sales for my book skyrocketed. And that's why I've always wanted to thank you for featuring it. Huh? Gil, you mean you're the Gil Lovecraft who wrote love letters for you? How many other Gil Lovecrafts do you think there are? Well, to be honest, yes. Really? Wow, I'm a huge fan of your book. Is this real? Then does that mean you're the one described in the love letter? Well, that's correct. She's the one I sent those love letters to for years. I felt a wave of embarrassment rush over me as I tried to keep things vague, but Gil simply came out with it. But that's adorable. Gil's book, Love Letters for You, was a novel articulating a pure love story to an unknown recipient. The foundation of those love letters was everything Gil had written to me in the past. In essence, I'm the mystery person. Oh, really? So you're the one? Yes, for the longest time it was a one-sided, unrequited love for me, but now the recipient of those love letters is my wife. Gil, don't share too much about it. It's embarrassing. Sorry. I just want everyone to know how much I love you. I can't help myself. See, this I get is embarrassing. You'd be like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed right now. Oh my god, it's a little awkward. Even I'm okay. So I don't mind her being embarrassed like this. This is okay, it's okay to be embarrassed here, because it's a little awkward. Gil, you're exactly as you are in the book. In that case, I must say you're quite different from your online persona, Robin. Huh? Really? Yeah, your voice is much higher in the videos. Oh, and your wedding prep videos were incredibly helpful for us. Really? Yeah, thanks to the Lovebirds video, our wedding ceremony went off without a hitch. So we want to thank you as well. Our second wedding ceremony. You act like you didn't have the first one that went off without a hitch without the video, but whatever. Oh, really? Getting to hear live responses makes me kind of happy. Same here. I usually don't get feedback on my book. It's nice to talk to you about it. Hold up, if you're the author of Love Letters for You, then you're also the new president of LCI? Oh, yes, you could say that. I posted a video about the urban legend that if you ride an LCI car, your romance will be a success. Did you watch it? I certainly did. The one about how riding in an LCI car increases your chances of successfully asking someone out, right? Yeah, I was genuinely thrilled about that video too. Thank you so much. I feel like these two have a beautiful little bromance blossoming, and it's adorable and I love it. I was merely researching an urban legend and made a video about it. Speaking of urban legends, was it about our cars moving on their own at night and delivering dreams to couples? Oh, That must have been Bumble Pig with my Cupid's arrows stuck in it. That's correct. I still receive emails about that. Like how LCI cars deliver love to people. Huh. Even now. I mean, I'm just saying, if you've got to have an urban legend about your car brand, the cars sneak around at night and deliver love to people. As opposed to, those cars are haunted and they kill people. Like, you know what I mean? That's like the best kind of urban legend to have. You're like, that's amazing. Bumble Pig won't be moving on its own anymore, and it doesn't have the Cupid's arrow either. That was why that urban legend should have been a thing of the past. Bumble Pig had Cupid's arrow extracted and was now just a normal car. Yeah, but the urban legends don't die. That's why they're called legends. But the rumors still seem to persist. It's true that people who own LCI cars do seem to reach marriage more often within Cupid Core. Thanks to the Cupid's arrow effect, it became an urban legend, leading to an increase in successful dating chances. I see. LCI cars delivering love, huh? And that's quite heartwarming. Well, I mean, it is Lovecraft Industries. I mean, I'm just saying. It kind of fits, right? Gil, wasn't it the same for you? You mentioned in the afterword in Love Letters for You. It said that you took a drive before delivering this letter. Oh, right, I guess I did. But a drive, huh? Could you elaborate on that? I've always been curious about the backstory. Huh? That's a bit embarrassing. Despite his comment, Gil was happy to satisfy Robin's curiosity. Both of them connect really well, even though they seem like completely different types of people. A romance YouTuber and an award-winning author who turned his love letters into a novel. They were different mediums, but still similar subjects. Romance, huh? As the former Cupid, I found joy in seeing people focused on fostering love amongst themselves. We dined together and discussed those topics over dinner. In the process, Gil got a little too tipsy and started oversharing about his love life. I struggled to rein him in. Oversharing about our love life. And then she came into the garage and we had sex on the floor. Woo! You should have seen the things I did to that wedding dress. I have no idea what the title of this chapter is because I was too busy laughing at that in my head. Anyway, a few days later, that day I was tasked with training Sylvie again within Cupid Core. Oh, we could figure it out by doing this. Hold on. It is Agape Way of Life. Agape is type of love, like a passionate, romantic. I learned this from watching Yuri on Ice. That's the one that he gave Russian Yuri to do. And Eros is the sexy, fiery love. Look, you can always, this is how you learn things. You watch anime. You watch sexy, gay, figure skating man anime. You know what I mean? Like, I can watch it to a certain point, but I can't finish it because it makes me depressed. Because still, and not in a bad way depressed, but yes, in a bad way. Because it's over and the ride was so fucking beautiful. I've talked about this before, but it's so like, I love it so much and now it's gone. And you just feel like someone broke your heart and abandoned you. You know what I mean? Because it's over and you're like, I loved it so much and now I'm empty without it. Because that's how fucking beautiful that goddamn anime is. How dare they do so well? Oh, how dare they make it so beautiful. Anyway, that day I was tasked with training Sylvie again within Cupid Core. Okay, we read that, sorry. By the way, what's this matching system? Is it like predicting their destiny? No, it's not fortune telling. We developed this proprietary matching system to identify compatible customers. We use a unique color wheel theory of love to categorize love types. Oh, right, I forgot about that. What's this color wheel theory of love? Well, as someone from Celestia, have you ever noticed that people have different ways of falling in love? Oh, yes, some people are givers while others are more casual. Is that what you mean? Yes, some people are very self-sacrificing while others avoid anything serious. I pulled up a chart on the computer screen to provide more detail. Oh, right, because, of course, yes, he's red, Eros is green. Okay, yeah, and that's the colors of everybody. There are 6 different categories of love tendencies on the color wheel theory of love. Well, what the fuck is Maronese? Because he doesn't fit in there because he's 7. He's all of them. He's perfect. Donut isn't a color. He's on the food wheel theory of love. If we apply this theory to identify a member's tendencies, we can match them with a compatible partner. That's how we operate here. Matchmaking through a system! Sylvie's eyes widened in shock when he heard this. I had the same reaction when I first learned about it. See how many interesting things humans come up with? We reference compatibility and then fine-tune it. Oh! Well, we peeked through the Cupid's arrow to find out humans have found their own methods. But don't you find it inconvenient as the former Cupid? Not at all. I find this work fulfilling. Experience is key. Don't bite my headset for no reason. Don't bite it for any reason. Experience. Sylvie, still a newborn Cupid, seemed confused. I might have gotten a bit too advanced. Yes, by observing humans, I make decisions based on what I believe to be right. Oh, jerk. That's important as Cupid, too. Otherwise, the couples you pair together will quickly break up. Huh. Isn't compatibility with the Cupid's arrow everything? I thought the same at first, but even if you matchmake two people together, they can still break up after fighting over petty things. Before I left home, there was a time when I felt disheartened seeing all the couples I paired with Cupid's arrow breaking up. That's why it's crucial for Cupid to update their value system into the modern era. This means observing humans closely. Got it! Sylvie took notes with starry eyes. He reminded me of myself when I first arrived in the human realm. He also just first arrived in every realm, because he's new. I was naive and everything was new. I was amazed by every little thing. All those experiences shaped me into who I am today. Oh, learning human culture is important, so maybe I should show him some movies. And I need to teach him the concept of shopping. Wait, Sylvie, where are you staying at night? I commute from Celestia. Lord Jupiter provided me with a travel pass. Sylvie proudly displayed his pass. It read Special Travel Pass for Cupid. It bore a striking resemblance to a typical employee ID. Even Lord Jupiter is adopting human methods. He spent enough time down here. You know, what's the funniest part is, like, what I really want to know, are they going to go into it? Because I don't remember it in the first one, but, like, he spent so much time with us as Chi. Didn't anybody fucking notice he was missing? They're like, where the fuck is the boss? Oh, well. Who knows? He's like, that just shows you how useless he was as a boss. Because nobody was like, where's Lord Jupiter? Isn't he like, where? He's just not, okay. Perhaps Lord Jupiter had learned a few things since I'd left home. The thought brought me a tinge of pride. Again, she has no fucking clue in any of them except for in his route that he was Chi, right? Yeah. I should take the time to teach him about shopping and bathing soon. I have to pass on the knowledge Gil gave me. It was crucial for Cupid to grasp the nuances of human daily life. If not, he could be unable to discern when to use, or not use, the leaden arrow on seemingly incompatible couples. To ensure humans could enjoy a fulfilling love life, Cupid had to undergo sufficient training. The responsibility for that fell on me. Matchmaking humans? It's pretty complex. Are there other companies besides this one that do matchmaking? Do you mean outside of marriage agencies? Well, there are easy-to-use dating apps. I recalled a comment on Robin's video about how someone expressed a desire to fall in love after reading Gil's book. Books, videos, movies, so many mediums fostered romance. They all served as Cupid's arrow in their own unique way. That's right. Bridal advising isn't the only profession involved in matchmaking. That realization had a huge impact on me. Almost as much as HQH. Hashtag Cupid Happenstance. Why is Cupid Happenstance? Well, I guess Cupid. Because Cupid sounds like it starts with a Q, but it really wouldn't be a Q, but okay. I could continue matchmaking even if I decided not to stay there. As long as I kept this passion alive. What's on your mind? Nothing much. I'm just realizing how many things in the world encourage romance. I'm sure anything people discuss openly about love likely encourages it. That makes sense. Can you teach me more about this? Absolutely. I have a few books and videos to recommend to you. Great. Thank you. Next, let's head to the auditorium. Follow me. Okay. Combining my 400 years of experience as Cupid with my 6 years in the human realm, I taught the young Cupid the art of matchmaking. My romantic experiences with Gil were invaluable. They had profoundly transformed me. The joy of falling in love, the bliss of being in love with Gil, I wanted to share these feelings with others. Even if I was no longer Cupid. Looking at Sylvie, I was reminded of my own time as Cupid. It was a nostalgic and somewhat melancholic feeling. That day, I took Sylvie to a matchmaking party. Wow, what is this? Sylvie, what we have here is what's known as a matchmaking party. It's an important event where members gather to meet potential matches. We wandered around the hall, making sure all attendees were comfortable. Today's party had about 3 applicants I'm overseeing. Gil's friend's sister. I spotted one of them, Gil's friend's sister. As she saw me, she started to walk over. Hello, thank you for inviting me to the party today. I'm glad you could make it. How are you enjoying the party? It's fantastic. Cubicore's parties are on a whole other level. I've never met so many new people before. I've gotten some info on a few attendees who could be good matches for me. I'm excited to chat with them. I'm glad to hear that. But there are so many nice people that I'm having trouble deciding. I can't decide whether to approach the man in the brown suit or the one in the navy one. Following her gaze, I spotted the 2 men. Both were individuals I had researched, knowing they preferred a stay-at-home spouse. Let me consult the results from our matching system. Wow! The man in the brown suit seems like a perfect match for you. Oh. Huh? Cupid! Sylvie suddenly interrupted, leaving the young woman looking a bit perplexed. I'm sorry, who is this? He's a student intern here at Cupid Corps. Hi, I'm Sylvie Scott. Nice to meet you. With a bright smile, Sylvie handed her a business card he made during his internship. That's so fucking adorable. He's got his little shoulder bag going on, with little hearts and stuff on it. We haven't seen his full little outfit with his little, it's like a hoodie, but it's a little hoodie with cape sleeves. It's kind of fucking adorable. I'm here to support your romantic journey. Well, aren't you a reliable-looking intern? Why do you think the man in the brown suit's a better match for me? It's Cupid's intuition. Cupid! Intuition? I apologize for the confusion. Let me explain further, incorporating the results of our matching system. I retrieved the data I had prepared earlier and displayed them on my handheld device, which was specifically designed for these parties. As expected from Sylvie, the current Cupid, his intuition was spot on. The man in the brown suit indeed seemed to be a better match, considering his hobbies and hometown. I agree with Sylvie's suggestion. The gentleman in the brown suit is also from Baltimore, just like you. Really? We're both from Baltimore? I'll go talk to him then. That's the spirit. Remember, being your genuine self is the most attractive quality. Cupid! Gee! Cupid! So funny. Me? Being myself? Well, that's a bit scary, but this intern sure has a knack. Okay, here I go. What? Be myself? Why the fuck would I do that? It's so funny. Taking Sylvie's advice to heart, the young woman headed over to the man in the brown suit. I feel nervous. I need to remind Sylvie to base his advice on the matching system, not just intuition. But where did Sylvie run off to? Wow, there's another compatible couple over there. I'm on it. Cupid! Sylvie! The next thing I knew, I was hot on Sylvie's heels, chasing him as he darted around, connecting couples. The bustling matchmaking party concluded in what felt like the blink of an eye. Well, at least you can be like, it's based on our matching system. He just doesn't quite understand how to explain it yet. Sylvie proved his knack for the job, as many couples successfully paired up under his guidance. Well, good for him. Our antics as advisors continued in that fashion. Sylvie was truly passionate about his work. He was able to bring members together and spark connections multiple times each day. From Gil's friend's sister to new members, they all found partners thanks to Sylvie's advice. See, it's not just like he's got a knack for... I mean, obviously he does because he's Cupid, right? So he's got to have a knack for this. But it's like they're showing like, oh, look, see how great his knack for this is? So that when she decides to quote-unquote retire or basically quit her job, we don't like, what? But it's like, people are in good hands. Matchmaking was a joint effort between the former Cupid, me, and the current Cupid, Sylvie. Seeing so many happy couples filled me with a sense of fulfillment, but it also stirred a worrying thought. Gil had been swamped with work lately, and our time together had dwindled. With Sylvie around, I started to feel like my presence at work wasn't necessary. See what I'm saying? Getting the doubt. After imparting more wisdom to Sylvie, my workday finally came to an end. You did well today, Sylvie. Thank you. I'll watch the movies you recommended after I get home. Thanks again. Until tomorrow, Cupid. With a wave of his divine artifact, Sylvie vanished, presumably returning to Celestia. Commuting from Celestia. Celestia had become much more flexible recently. I imagine Aunt Minerva was feeling less restricted. Hold on. Sorry. I have an itch in my ear on my headset. Sylvie worked hard again today. His success in matching customers is impressive. While instructing him, I realized just how well our company was performing. It seems that human romance no longer required my intervention. The detailed and consistently evolving matching system, the competent advisors, and the passionate rookie Cupid seemed to have it covered. What am I supposed to do now? Support your husband and peace out. Anyways, I should head home for now. Gil's probably still at work. Maybe I should pick up some donuts. That seemed like a good idea. A sweet treat could be just what Gil needed after a long day. We're going to run into Marini's. I glanced at my watch, wondering when Gil would get home as I made my way toward Mal Donuts. Or Mo? Was it supposed to be Mo? I can't remember. Welcome! What to pick today? Gil enjoyed the cinnamon sugar and the red one last time, so... That person over there looks... Marini's. Suddenly I spotted a familiar figure reflected in the display case. My surprise spilled out loud. Clarice? Oh no, it's Clarice! I was like, it's a shame that she's not around to hook up with Robin again, you know? Yes, the person sitting at a table in Mount Donuts was indeed my long-lost friend Clarice. Oh, Specy, how have you been? Don't give me that! Where on earth have you been? You vanished without a trace! I rushed over to her, demanding answers. Clarice pondered for a moment, her finger tapping her chin before grinning broadly. No need to worry. I was just off on an adventure to find true love. Vanishing as if you were kidnapped isn't the way to find true love. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody at the office seems to remember you, Clarice, especially the girls. Some of the men have recollection, but their memories are hazy. Do you have any idea how worried I've been? Oh, so that's what's been going on. But really, who cares about such minor details? This is no minor detail. Life happens. Don't sweat it. Clarice always acts this way when she doesn't want to answer anything. I cast my mind back to her college days and sighed. Well, I don't know if she knows. Does she know that we were Cupid? She might. But, like, we don't know that she was, like, an incubus or succubus or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like Alan. So, like, we don't know that. But, so she's not going to tell us that because she'd be like, listen. But if she knew that we were Cupid, she'd be like, okay, so, listen, I know you were used to be Cupid, so here's the deal. And then she could tell us, and we'd be like, okay, well, makes sense. And then, like, you know what I mean? Because we're not going to be like, what? You sound like a crazy person. Where, like, if she doesn't know we're Cupid and she tells us about herself, she might sound like a crazy person. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Clarice juggled numerous boyfriends, and I often questioned whether that lifestyle was safe, but she always avoided the topic. I decided to give up digging any deeper, choosing instead to simply celebrate our reunion. Anyway, I'm relieved to see you're okay. Have you found your true love as you said you would? I wouldn't say I found true love, but romance? Yes. Wait, you did? Tell me more about it! Are you dating Robin again? Because I love this. My Cupid instincts kicked in. I quickly bought some coffee and took a seat across from Clarice. Coffee now! So, who is he? Where did you meet him? You never change. Anyway, always so excited about romance, my little Cupid. I could never picture you truly falling for someone. I never thought this day would come either. But there's something so intriguing about him. I can't take my eyes off him. Her cheeks turned a rosy hue. I had never seen such a reaction from her before. This was a woman who was notorious for her many flings. Right. So, yeah, so Robin, you wonder, like, if she's falling for him, like, what's special, but he's got something else. Secret, some other kind of, that we're going to find out in later routes, you know? Actually, falling for someone isn't all bad. Clarice is serious this time. I had never heard her speak about romance in that way. Something was clearly different. So, where did you meet this mysterious man? Well... With a suggestive look, Clarice pointed discreetly at Mao Donut's employee, Robin. Wait. Robin? You're into him? Shh, not so loud! Clarice blushed as she nodded. Yes, that's right. At first I was just trying to lure him in like always, but things didn't go according to plan. I started frequenting this place to buy donuts, and we started to connect. And there's something he's keeping under wraps. I haven't learned too much about it yet. And we're going to be like, oh, he's a YouTuber. I suspected that the secret might have something to do with his role as a YouTuber. No, but there's something else. There's something else now. You know what I mean? His mysterious aura just draws me in. I find myself always watching him. For the record, nothing's happened between us yet. We chat a little when I buy donuts and meet in our dreams. Meeting in dreams was such a romantic way of putting it. You meet in dreams because that's part of like what she is, so. But this further underscores just how serious Clarice is about this romance. I'll support you in any way I can. Thank you. Anyway, how's married life with Gil? Everything good? Of course. But Gil has been pretty busy lately, so I've been pondering whether to continue with my work. Interesting. Oh, Gil's not freelancing anymore, right? He's the new president of LCI? Yeah, that's right. He says that there are a lot of reliable people since the company has such a long history. Didn't Gil always mention wanting a job with flexible hours so he can spend more time with the person he loves? Yeah, he did, but now that he has such a fantastic job, I want to be the flexible one. You two are truly the embodiment of agape love, but don't push yourself too hard. Gil wouldn't want that. Gil's happiest knowing you're relaxed and doing what you love. Well, doing what I love is Gil. He's what I love, and I want to keep doing him. I'm just saying. Yeah, Gil said the exact same thing. I knew it. Clarice and I kept on chatting about our respective love lives. This kind of intimate chat was something we never experienced in college. Oh, so you found Clarice again. How was she? Once Gil and I returned home, we indulged in some donuts while I shared about my encounter with Clarice. Yeah, Clarice mentioned she's going to work at Mount Donuts to be closer to Robin. What? Are we talking about the same Clarice? Yeah, I was just as shocked. Clarice seemed genuinely in love this time. I see. And I hope things work out for them. They do, because they worked out in Berenice's route. They have to work out in this. Me too. Clarice was a dear friend with whom we had spent. Oh yeah, no, I read spent. Okay. It says spend. I read spend because I'm dumb. And I was like, what? And I'm like, okay, no, I just can't read. Anyway, who we had spent 4 memorable years in college with. With whom? Yeah, okay. That's not Tim and Ronald. That's me not being able to read. But given her reputation for her many relationships, I always felt a twinge of sadness thinking she might never experience true love. I am not. You can pet yourself. Again, I'll put my hand here and you can pet yourself. But I'm not petting you because every time I move my hand to pet you, you bite me. But here was Clarice, in love with the Mount Donuts employee and popular romance YouTuber, Robin Bullitt. I think Robin and Clarice would make a good match. He's the kind of person Clarice can dote on. I see your point. Robin is friendly, yet always maintains his composure and open-mindedness. He's dependable, too. He often provides his viewers with romantic advice. Gil tapped on his smartphone and brought up the Lovebirds channel. The video today was about how to write a love letter. Hey, he's referencing my book again. That's nice. Yeah, but it's also a bit embarrassing. The comments praised the nostalgic charm of love letters. One viewer even mentioned their desire to fall in love again. Want to fall in love again? Huh. The concept of falling in love again was a rarity at Cupid Core. The place was a hub for those seeking to get married. It was less about romance and more about lifestyle change for many Los Yorkers. Lady Juno may oversee marriages, but Cupid's role is matchmaking. And if it leads to marriage, it's a bonus. I wish that those who had forgotten romance would rediscover it, just as Clarice did. My instincts as Cupid hadn't waned, even after becoming human. Wow. Cupid? Human and Cupid, because they're right next to my brain just... Wow. My inherent desire to support love remained strong. My contemplation was interrupted by Gil's chuckle. Is your heart as Cupid yearning for more? Huh? How did you know? Of course I know what you're thinking. Gil smiled and kissed me on the cheek. I've been watching you for a long time. Seriously, a long time. Ever since our college days, you were quick to play matchmaker. You're still our Cupid of love. He ran his fingers through my hair, showering me with kisses. We reveled in our playful, loving exchanges. This was the joy of romance that I had rediscovered, a joy I wanted to share with others. Like how the LCI vehicles delivered love, or how a romance UCuber did. Yeah. Indeed, as a Cupid now familiar with love, I felt compelled to take another step forward. But what could I do? Perhaps I could consider a job at LCI, become a UCuber. I mean, I feel like we should consider the job at LCI because that would be closer to Gil. Becoming a UCuber, especially a romance one, is like taking away Robin's shit, and he knows who you are, and that's rude. You're like, oh yeah, you have a popular romance. I'm going to take that idea. Get out of here. You know what I mean? You know? Like, there is like, oh yeah, no, I want to do that to straight up copying him. Like, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different to be inspired by, hey, you know, like I play The Sims, right? So, like, people being like, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and play The Sims because I saw you playing this, and I could do that. Cool, because you're going to do it differently than I do it. How I play my games is different. But then if you're going to be like, I'm going to start an Atome channel and I'm going to do the voices and you're going to, and then what games are you playing? I'm going to play those games. Seriously, fuck off with that shit. That's bullshit. Don't copy people like that. Like, it's one thing to be like, I want to play this game, so I'm going to play it for myself. Like, whatever. You know? But, like, doing exactly what somebody else does, like this, we're going to become a romance YouTuber and do exactly what Robin does. Dude! That's shady as shit! Unless you wanted to work with him, you know what I mean? Be like, hey, we could combine our talents. Then that's different, you know what I mean? Maybe I can help Robin with his YouTube channel. Give him some tip, like, you know, work with him type of a thing. Cool, that would be different. So I feel like the LCI, plus the LCI one is being closer to a husband. I feel like that's a better option. No, it's become a YouTuber. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that, girl. That's shady as fuck. I don't know how a job at LCI helps us with romance at all, but it keeps us closer to a husband. Maybe I could become a YouTuber myself and offer romantic advice. Although it might not initially reach many people, I could be more thorough and detailed with those who do seek my guidance. I wouldn't have many subscribers when I start. It'll take a while, but maybe... I've been here almost... Next year will probably be like 10 years? How long have we started? About 10 years? And we still... It doesn't get anywhere. I'm not offering romance advice. It's definitely a spicy choice, choosing to take away Robin's, hook. Doing a collaboration with Gil and Lovebirds could be fun. There you go. Collabing with Lovebirds. I mumbled my thoughts out loud, and Gil looked at me, surprised. Huh? A collaboration between Robin and me? I hadn't meant to voice my thoughts, but there they were. Yeah, I was thinking I want to encourage more people to explore the joy of romance with someone they genuinely like. LCI cars have a reputation for fostering love, and I'd like to have more people read your book. So, if you officially teamed up with Robin, you could discuss some incredible love stories. It would benefit everyone. The joy of romance with someone special, huh? That's it too, because you could do like, oh, I want to get involved. Like, we could do like a joint channel where like, oh, Lovebirds has a channel with me where then like I pop on and I share my stories about matching people up and love stories, and it's like I love corner, you know where I mean, where we talk about things and like people write in and we share stories and offer advice and tips like that. So like he's got his own separate thing, but then we almost like a podcast, but like on YouTube, I'm sorry, on YouTube. You know what I mean? That could work. You know what I mean? As opposed to, I'm going to offer advice and I'm going to do a romance channel just like Robin and you're going to like steal his shtick. Like, what the fuck? It's not like nobody else does it, but it's really weird when you're friends with him to steal his shtick. That's all I'm saying. I'd said a lot, but that seemed to be all Gil heard. Like, obviously there's other people that play Atome games on YouTube. I don't know where they are because I don't watch other channels, but like, you know what I mean? And I purposely like, don't go out and find them because if they're playing a game that I'm like, I'm not going to watch a game that I haven't played or whatever. And I would expect that they're not doing the same thing. But it's not like, oh, I always watched this Atome game channel for years and now I'm going to copy them and do it. Like, that's kind of fucked up, man. You know? It's different when it's just games in general. I'm just going to play a bunch of different games. You know, or you're playing The Sims because everybody plays The Sims differently. Everybody, but like, Atome games have like one way to go. And like, you could do it what most people do, where like they play with the voice acting on or whatever. And some people interject with their thoughts. Some people don't. You know, some people just click. I mean, I've seen ones like that where it's just you're clicking and you're like, that is literally got to go against terms of service. Like, I'm pushing lines here. Like, they could be at any time. We saw Voltage, okay? Anytime, Axis, Idea Factor, anybody could be like, fuck you out, you're dead. Like, you know what I mean? By playing the games in general. But I'm not just like putting it on auto and sitting here while it's recording and then sitting here and then clicking a choice and then sitting here and clicking where you're basically just reading along or listening, where you could just be playing the damn game yourself, like offering nothing, no voice, no nothing. You know what I mean? That I feel like that's a line of like, no, what are you doing? You know? But like playing with the voice acting on and everything, I feel like could also get you in trouble because usually there's issues with the voice acting and contracts and stuff like that. That's why we only do it at the end. We listen a little bit. If you want to listen to the sexy ass voice acting, play the game yourself. And I advocate for this every time we play a game. Buy the game yourself if you can. I understand not everyone can buy every single game. They're fucking expensive. But buy the fucking games, play them, come here for after, like, oh, I want to see how you react to this shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of people do. And there's going to be games that you start, because, I mean, I've done that before with other games. Like, Life is Strange. I watched someone else, started watching them play it, and I'm like, this looks really cool. I might have fun playing that. Stop watching the playthrough, played it myself. It's kind of like that. You're watching, okay, I'm going to watch, like, the first hour or two of this game and be like, yeah, I think I could get into this one. I'm going to go buy it myself, play it, and then come back later. You know what I mean? That's awesome. Because you don't know with some things. Here's a review of the game, or here's the synopsis. That tells you nothing. You kind of sometimes need to see a little bit of it to see if it's something you're interested in or go, yeah, no, not for me. Glad I didn't waste my money. You know what I mean? Type of a thing. So like, and that's always fucking valid. Go buy the game, come back 2 years from now. You know what I mean? Hopefully we're here 2 years from now. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I just think it'd be really weird if every single person that tuned into this channel was like, I'm going to do exactly what you do and I'm going to do your voices and everything, or my version of your voice. Like, that's getting a little shady. But I have issues with things like that because I knew someone who literally tried to steal my fucking personality. And like, and so like, it's a trigger for me when like people do exactly oh, you like this? That's my favorite color too. You did that? I did this too. And it's like, okay, I'm going to need you to stop. We're not 13-year-olds where you're kind of copying each other because you don't figured yourself out yet. We're grown-ass adults. Don't fucking do that. But I knew someone that did shit like that, and it's a hair trigger for me. Like, I'll slap a bitch. Don't copy me. Like, you know? Anyway, that was a long tangent of like tweaking myself out. But, you know, working with Robin and kind of doing a thing together with him or something, but like, don't steal his whole channel idea. That's fucking bizarre. He knows you. It's not like you got inspired by him to, like, oh, he's offering different types of advice, and sometimes he does love segments. And his whole thing is love and romance. So, like, your whole thing is love and romance. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You're stealing a shtick. So, anyway. I had said a lot, but that seemed to be all Gil heard. His eyes sparkled with enthusiasm as he embraced me. That sounds amazing. And let's make it happen. I've always wanted to share this joy with the world. I'm so happy being with you. I want everyone to know just how much I love you. That would also help Robin, too, because you got, like, some famous person on, then you could have people sharing their stories and, like, you know what I mean? And then you got the president of LCI, the author of this book. The real Cupid, but you don't know that. That's not exactly the message I was suggesting. I know you mean LCI, too. It sounds like a worthwhile project. We should definitely pursue it. I'll reach out to Robin, and maybe I'll bring along a love letter I recently wrote for you. Wait, a love letter? I didn't know about this. I plan to give it to you after I refined it a bit more, so please be patient. And I need to discuss this with my company's manager. Gil took out his laptop and began reaching out to various people. Watching him work reminded me of President Shelby. President Shelby's famous for being a devoted husband, but I haven't heard any news on that front recently. As those thoughts floated through my mind, I watched Gil immerse himself in his work. Gil always seemed to be swamped with work at home and in his workshop. Maybe I should quit my job. But it wasn't some old-fashioned line of thought. Helping him with his job was also an important part of my role as Cupid. See? And the game's like, I know we threw it out as like how old-fashioned and like, see, it was how women used to do things. Look, we're not thinking that though. You've done a good job setting it up so we know she's not doing an old-timey, old-fashioned way of thinking. Even though that one line was questionable earlier. I think it was in the last part, but I'm okay with where you're going with this game. I get it. We're not doing some backwoods weird shit. If the project went through and the collaboration commenced, I'd ask if I could join. As I pondered those things, I watched Gil continue to type up his emails. Okay. Went over because of my whole rambling tangent, but anyway. Oh, Mystery Man 1. Who's ruining whose business? Ooh. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.